Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name's Janelle with Sticker Mama, and in today's video, I was going to go over both planners for the month of August. This planner here is my portrait planner, and I believe this is my third month in the portrait. I've been using Laurel Denise a little over a year now. Started off in the full-size horizontal. I went into the mini after that. Then I came over to the portrait, and then I also recently purchased the pop-up. So we'll cover the portrait first for the month of August. So as you can see, I kind of have it all set up here. I have some checklists on the side, split into two sections here. Of course, I mean, you are able to set it up however you would like. For me, I'm going to try this month in two separate sections. Last month, I believe I did it all in one section. Actually, for July, I was only in the pop-up. So this month, I'm going to go back into the portrait. Then you got some 4 boxes down here with some checklists in each of these boxes. I'm going to divide them into categories. So I do a few different businesses. My husband and I have a business, then I have my sticker company, and I do a couple other items. So I break those into what my monthly items are for each of those categories. For daily habits, so when I first started, yeah, I did those, daily vitamins, daily medications, make sure you water track and those types of things. Lately, I've been really liking to do like email cleanup, photo cleanup, where you go into your photos and you like put today's date and you go through all of those photos you've taken forever, how many years that are on that specific date. Really great way to clean up your photo catalog on your phone. So those are the type of daily habits that I track, maybe not so much health related. No, I probably will do. I am trying to get back and diet and stuff. I may, keep track of how many times I'm actually tracking all food intake and calorie output type items. And then I set up, the month. If I know for sure some items, I'll maybe put some decorative boxes in with some little deco. Normally, I've always been a Sunday through Saturday planner. Just recently started changing. Before I would always want my month, the Sunday through Saturday, and then my weekly pages, I'd want Monday through Sunday because I like to plan my weekends together. However, when I moved in, and you could do that easily with the horizontal or vertical as well, but the horizontal, which I was in, because it really didn't matter, nothing lined up. Well, when you move into either the pop-up or the portrait, these short pages now line up underneath the days. So in my brain, it was awkward for me to have a Sunday up here and this down here would be a Monday. So therefore, I went ahead and switched it over to Monday start for both the weekly and the monthly. And then I put a little washi strip, a little piece of it to separate the weekend here. Occasionally, I have done it also on the weekly pages. I didn't do it this month when I set this up. And then on, you have this nice free page on your first right side. It's a dotted grid. I went ahead and put in this nice mini calendar that is going to be for my menu planning, and it's for dinners. I don't track lunches and breakfasts, but I track dinners, and mostly because I forget what I've already made for the month. And so it's a nice way to glance back. I'll maybe put a little asterisk on something that we've tried new that maybe we would try again. Maybe if there's something I've tried in the this month that I didn't care for, the family didn't care for, I'll put a little X there so I'll know not to make that again for the family. But it's an easy way to say like, oh, should we have tacos? Oh no, wait, we just had tacos last Thursday or something. So it's an easy way to kind of glance at and look at what you've done for the week. And then if you flip it over, you have your weekly to-do list. Easily I may also put a little strip in between these so I understand what I need to do weekly for each one of my jobs and items. I know a lot of people also, as I talk about different items or jobs that I track, I like one planner for everything. Sometimes there's not enough room for all of it. Like the mini for me, I write too large and it was just too small to keep everything nice. But I like it in one planner. I know a lot of people have several planners. I have several planners, but I switch off which ones I use for the month, different than which ones I use for certain item tracking. So this one, I like that there's a long list here that I can break it up into items I need to do for the week for something specific, work or item. Then the sticker sheets that I use are all from my shop. These checklists cover all the way down. For a few weeks, I thought, I wonder if I just did half of them and then I could do box stuff. So for a few weeks, I did that, and then I went into long checklists for each of these items. Another idea that I got from watching somebody else's video is because the short pages, one thing I do not like are the rulers, page rulers. I just haven't found a way to put them in. Actually, somebody told me or I read somewhere, to clip it just a little bit, the little teeth here, to make it go in smoother. But I do not like it down here, it gets in the way. I'm not a huge fan of the ruler. I understand why they had to do the spiral this way, but I definitely like the other spirals that are in the other planners. I may cut this down and use it just for the short pages, at least to get to the back. But for now, I use just this little folded deco so that you can get to the back page. And on the back pages here, I decided to do a weekly Monday through Sunday. And this month, I'm gonna try to come up with an item to do everyday organization type items. So I'm gonna come up with some items to do every single day for every week. And we're gonna try that this month. So sometimes I mix things up. That's what I'm gonna do here. Over here on my right-hand side is my monthly insights. And this time I'm gonna track some goals for businesses, personal, those type of items. And I just put some dot checks in those. All right, so that is the portrait. Everything will be linked below if you wanna check out any of my stickers that I used in this month's planner. The portrait, or the pop-up, will also have the same kit, which is from my sticker shop. If you're also interested in learning or seeing any more of the Laurel Denise planners, I will also link those below. All right, so this is the pop-up. So second month in this one. So go ahead and flip that over. So the monthly, if you just kind of flip up the short pages, so the short pages now flip this way, and you get to stand it up. So you can see it's nice. So you stand it up on your desk, which I really like. It kind of nice that you can glance at it, and it's smaller. It's not as wide. Keeping a wide planner open on your desk, is pretty wide or pretty big. Takes up a lot of space. So this is nice that it's smaller and it can stand. Those are some of the items I do like. All right, so we can flip that up here, and I can do some of it's a blank page. I inserted a habit tracker. Again, I'll just track items like cleaning up email, the photos, dieting, those kinds of items is what I track. Watering my plants is another one I just thought about now that I actually put on there, so I can keep track of which house plants I water when. All right, so I started here, and I set up the whole month, and I put some boxes in with items. I did set this one up as well, Monday through Sunday, which again is new for me. I did not separate this month with the washi strip. This month, that's the weekends, like I did in the portrait. So you can see here the portrait, I kind of separated the month, or the weekend, I keep saying month, the weekend here. And in the pop-up, I did not do that. All right, so then we have these little guys here, so that you have enough. And I just put checklists on all of them. And then I can easily put labels over them if I needed to keep track of maybe certain appointment type schedules. But you know, Monday's all this whole entire column, Tuesday's the whole time column. So if you put your appointments or items that are time sensitive in the calendar monthly spread, then you would have more item or more room up here that you could do more of a checklist or those types of items. I sometimes will put both things. So, you know, my son has soccer practices all of these days. I may also write the times up here. I'm gonna go in and write the times here, but I may go ahead and also add it up here. It depends really, which makes it nice. You can, you know, use it as you will. So just has the amount of short pages, 4 or 5 short pages, depending on how the week falls, how many days are in each month. And then I put that here. Now, for the monthly dashboard, some people will flip it and put it here. I think it makes more sense to just flip it. So this is actually on the back side of July. So here's my July monthly calendar, and this is it here. This is how I set up my monthly dashboard. Again, I have the menu down below here, and then I have 3 different things: works, priority, and projects, where I can keep track of monthly items that need to be completed or whatever the case may be. Mine most of the time is completed. I know some people like to journal or keep track of memories or big events or those types of things. So I've kind of broke mine down into those categories, and I'll keep track of things that need to be done for the month. And what makes it nice and doing it that way is when it's sitting on your desk, if you can see. So it's sitting up, you got your monthly view here, and then you just turn it around to see your monthly dashboard. So there is that. Again, everything will be linked down below for this kit for the pop-up, along with the pop-up link for Laurel Denise if you want to check out that. Please like, subscribe, comment, and take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.